please stay seated inside the rails at all times. Forward two passengers at the front of my boat, I want you to know there's enough brand new life jackets for everybody on board. Never needed those life jackets before in the history of this company. Plan on keeping it that way. You guys should also be made aware that if for some reason my boat does sink, the water's only 3 feet deep anyway. Do not wait for a life jacket, okay? If the boat hits the bottom, guys, just stand up, make your way to the side. You'll be just fine. Also, for everybody's comfort, let's please refrain from tobacco products. Got an adorable baby on board, so I will be excluding that to e-cigarettes and smokeless tobacco as well, okay? Let's keep our baby nice and comfortable. Now, starting off, what we're going to do, usually going this way. I'm going to get you guys a little bit of a story about the flood first, but what we're actually going to do is take a right-hand turn right here. We're going to go on to what is actually our second man-made extension of the San Antonio River. And this is actually an artificial extension of the river back here. So taking a right-hand turn, we're going to make our way back to where we hosted the Hemisphere World Fair in 1968. That's going to be one of our major defining events. So I'm going to tell you guys about a flood that destroyed San Antonio in 1921, and then the World's Fair that came through to help us redevelop into what you guys see as you walk around. Now, again, we're going to pass everything twice. So I'm also going to be able to give you guys a couple little extras, some things made famous by some actresses and some movies, some of our little pop culture icons we got going around. And I will say, since it's still fresh in our minds, Lava Pizza back there, if anyone's seen the movie Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock, so right around the corner back there, there's a little stage at the base of the river. So you got the seating for about 800 people on one side and the stage across the river on the other side. Well, that stage had a real famous scene in Miss Congeniality where Sandra Bullock stood up there with all the contestants. They said world peace all in unison. Right, so that's the stage back there. So unfortunately we don't get to drive by it, but you can walk down there and see it. And a lot of people look for that stage when they come through my city. So I want to make sure you guys know that. Alright, but starting off, we will make our way back here to where we actually hosted the Hemisphere World Fair. A lot of you guys here for conventions right now. The Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center is actually the site of where we hosted the World's Fair in 1968. I will tell you more about that by the time we get to the convention center, but I'm going to tell you 2 stories on the way in that are actually exemptions to the World's Fair date. First, here to our left, you're going to see the Chamber of Commerce right here. Well, if you keep your eye in the sky between the Chamber of Commerce and that wall right there, you're going to see a green church spire way up in the sky to our left, starting right about there. So that church spire right there, that actually belongs to St. Joseph's Church, one of the more historic churches you're going to see from the Riverwalk right here. The cornerstone for that church was actually set back in 1868, so 100 years before the World's Fair opened this section of our river right here. While that church was being built, it was more common to be German and speak German in San Antonio than either Spanish or English. We were actually a German colony back then. So if you make your way up to St. Joseph's right there, every 4th Sunday of the month you can still hear the Mass performed in the German language. Pretty cool little historic church right there to go spend some time in. A lot of really cool artworks and original stained glass windows up there as well. And I do want to introduce you guys to the Tower of the Americas. So here to our right, if you look up that wall way up in the sky, you're going to see that big old freestanding tower right there. I'm going to show you that tower first because that's probably the clearest view you're going to get of the Tower of the Americas. But that was the centerpiece, the exact center of the World's Fairgrounds when it opened in 1968. That is the whole reason that we can even drive on this part of the river. This was all actually added here throughout the 1960s to give us access to that tower. I will tell you a lot more about that on the way through there, but there was a little bit of live music going on inside of our mall up here, so watch that pokey bush right there. Thanks. Little tickle for me. Alright, we're making our way through here. What I want to do for you real quick is hopefully there's still live music going on in the mall. We're going to make our way over there here in just a minute. What I want to show you is here to the left. You'll see the Marriott Hotel. It's that one with those 2 big blue lights running up it. Now that hotel right there is actually connected to the mall we're going to drive in. And I want to tell you about what they had to go through to develop that because it's in the Guinness Book of World Records. So what happened is they were actually developed between 1985 and 1988. Well, back in 1906, a much smaller hotel was already built there. It's known as the Fairmount Hotel. So what happened, by the time the 1980s rolled around, the Conservation Society wanted to preserve that building. It was a 3-story tall brick hotel, happened to be San Antonio's 2nd oldest hotel. So what they had to do is, because you're going to learn a lot about the Conservation Society, but what they do is they designate historic buildings. Once a building gets a historic designation, it can no longer be destroyed. So the city cannot offer contracts for its demolition. So what happened, and before they could build either the mall or that hotel right there, the Conservation Society said it's historic. So what they had to do instead of destroying it was they took the 3-story brick hotel, they lifted it up completely off of its foundation, put 288 air-filled pneumatic tires underneath it, built a bunch of dump trucks full of granite blocks, and towed it 6 blocks through the city. They prepared a brand new foundation for it. There's that wind right there too, guys, by the way. We'll do it on the way out, and I'm going to get real close to the sidewalk to the left. But what's happening is that restaurant's AC is blowing out onto the river, mixing up with that wind. One of the strongest ACs you're going to feel in San Antonio. We'll probably feel a little gust of it. I can feel a little bit of it right now. But right around these palm fronds, usually get a pretty good gust. Alright, but South Alamo and Nuevo, yeah, they're good. Made it all the way over there, 0.01 miles per hour, took them 6 days. Never lost a single word to that hotel. Pretty cool little story, but other than that, I'll tell you more about that mall by the time we get back there, if there's no music going on. But on our way back to our convention center, what I'm going to show you guys on the way in is going to be here to our left-hand side. I'm going to show you guys the Lila Cockrell Theater right here, because if you look, oh no, the lights are off. But if you look here to the left, you'll see a big old mural going across the top of that theater. Hopefully they'll light it up by the time we get out of here. All I want you guys to know for right now is that mural right there was constructed using nothing but naturally colored stones. Meaning that's not artificial tiling, that's not paint. Those are all rocks that were collected off the surface of the earth right there. A highly regarded work of art for a lot of reasons, done by a very famous Mexican muralist by the name of Juan O'Gorman. Okay. Say a lot more about it. There's a lot going on, but it does share its name with the theme of the World's Fair. That mural is known as the confluence, or the coming together of the civilizations of the Americas right there. Alright, but now we're going to make our way into our Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center back here. This is actually where we hosted all the business displays and expositions for the World's Fair right here. Opened up in 1968 and was named after the first Hispanic American elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Mr. Gonzalez right here, he was elected back in 1961. Highly respected local San Antonians, so to honor him, we named our big fancy convention center after him back here. A couple of ducks diving around, I don't know what they're doing over there. But this right here, as some of you guys know, still services our convention industry to this day, so a lot of you guys are attending meetings out here. So I do hate to bring you back when we make our way out of here. But it does, it's 1 million square feet. It's been updated continuously since it opened up in 1968, so all of it's still state-of-the-art meeting offices and convention halls right here. Alright, but now making our way out of here, I do want to tell you a lot more about this mural here to the right. I'm going to go real slow, see if they can light it up for you. It does share its name with the theme of the World's Fair. That mural up there is known as the confluence of the civilizations of the Americas. So what it actually depicts is two civilizations, right? The one on the left-hand side being the native North, South, Central American civilizations, and then the one on the right being the European settling civilizations. They're actually both coming together towards the center of the mural up there, and if they would light it up, you would notice that each one of them becomes more and more modern. Eventually they meet right at the center of the mural. You can see that little baby up there? That's the child of the future perched on top of the Alamo, the little white circle underneath them. So it makes this mural even more impressive, right? The artist that created that, Juan O'Gorman, being from Mexico City, not only did he collect over 440,000 individual rocks to construct it, he actually constructed the entire mural in Mexico City. And to go along with the theme of the World's Fair, he wanted to show what was possible between our two countries when we worked together. So not only did he actually construct, or actually collect the stones in states throughout Mexico, there you go, how about that? Not only did he actually collect the stones in states throughout Mexico, he actually created the entire mural in Mexico City. And to show the unity of our cultures, he actually had it shipped to San Antonio just 3 square feet at a time, reconstructed on top of that theater back there. So he did all of that just to prove a point, just to show the unity of our cultures, what was possible when we worked together like that. So keeping in mind, right, not only did he have to collect, but he constructed, deconstructed, shipped, received, and reconstructed that entire mural on top of that theater back there. All of that just to prove a point right there. Don't worry, you got Florida boat hands over your hands. Gonna make a little extra room for a little tiny boat back there. Alright, but now we're actually gonna make our way into the shops at River Center Mall back here. Always a chance just to sit back and enjoy the ride. There's no other historic significance going on with this mall other than when they had to move the Fairmount before they could develop it. So if there's no live music back here, then I'll tell you a little bit more about the mall itself, but kind of just a little bit of details for it. But I will show you guys 2 restaurants back here. A lot of times they have live performers, live musical performers at them. And most of the times these 2 restaurants will go to a lot of the competition shows, like America's Got Talent, The Voice, a lot of shows like that. Hire either current or even ex-contestants from those shows. So you can find some real famous people actually performing back here. Most of the time throughout the night as the sun starts to go down,